Welcome back, y'all. Make sure y'all share this video out. There's gonna be some people that need to hear this one right here, man. So I remember many years ago on my brother's last bid in prison, I sent him a book on the law of attraction. And he was like, bro, thank you. He was like, bro, thank you. It opened up and expanded his circumference of awareness. It expanded his consciousness. And he was in prison. Being down here in this animalistic form, this 3D matrix, we've never been taught, right? We know that decisions govern a lot of the things, but we never been taught as kids. We should have been conditioned to know that we are co-creating with God. My younger brother, he in his 30s, is doing his second bid, right? How y'all doing? Good. Just doing YouTube videos, man. My brother is doing his second bid in prison. He did time before he went to prison as a young kid, just doing stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? Spray painting shit, and caught his first little case when he was young, you know what I mean? I'm using my brother as an example. I love my brother, you know what I'm saying? I only want the best for him. I sent him that book when he did his first bid in prison. My brother right now is in the hole. You know what I mean? I don't know how long he got to do in the hole, but word got back to my family that he's in the hole. And I can only pray for anybody watching this video that one day we wake up and we realize that we are co-creating with God. Before my brother ever went to the streets, I was in the same streets, and I told my brother, I wrote my brother a long letter. I said, bro, you do realize that I got out of that life, that mind frame. I was in the streets. A lot of people want to understand how deep this street shit go. You don't really wake up to life and you done made all the money and you done did all the stupid shit you can do in the streets. You don't really wake up to life. And I don't even think I woke up at that point, but it was a pivotal moment. It was a turning point until somebody squeezing the trigger and emptying the clip on you. And the thing is, y'all watching these fucking movies and y'all think that that's supposed to be gangster, but when he was pulling that trigger, I'm looking at his eyes, he was nervous. That's the thing. Everybody looking at it like the person squeezing the trigger on some gangster shit. He was scared. He was nervous. This wasn't no person that's trained to shoot a firearm under calm pressure. You know what I'm saying? Under calm and collectiveness. No, this was a person that's nervous, eyes big as hell. I'm using all these things as examples that that was 2005. I still was in the streets for another over 10 years. Well, about 10 years after a person squeezing the trigger on me. I can't even believe as I look back that I ever was in that mind frame. But it was a lot of just being young, ignorance, needing to grow up more. Man, this shit that came in far, y'all. This my walk right here, man. And the damn river then came all the way up on the banks. I can't even walk down on my little path, man. Y'all come on this journey with me, man, with this conversation. This one is gonna be very necessary for people out there, man. People gonna need to see this one. Wow. Man, that water is overflowing. That's crazy. Wow. This shit is out of control. Y'all stay with me, man, on this video. I know people's attention span, but trust me, man, like, God put this one on my heart today. I did not have no intentions of doing this one today. I don't know how flooded that water is, man. Crazy. I had no intentions of doing this video today. Usually when I'm doing my videos, I just turn this camera on. I get the downloads from the Most High God, and I just... Listen, everybody knows it's based on our own decisions. But a lot of us was not conditioned when we was kids. We was always taught though, especially black people, we was always taught, man, don't be hanging around them badass kids. Stay away from them badass kids. Because you will become your environment. And there's a real thing where people say people are institutionalized. You get into an environment, you get molded, you get shaped. Your consciousness is formed around that environment. It becomes normality. We think this shit is normal. I'm speaking to my peoples. There's nothing normal, y'all. I just watched the video in my hometown, and the drug task force ran up on somebody at a well-known liquor store, 20th Street store. And I said, damn, how the hell did I make it so far away from there? And I realized, like, the pivotal point at the time where I'm thinking I'm in a storm, I'm thinking I'm really in a crisis, God was doing the greatest work he could have ever did on me, y'all. Y'all don't understand how thankful I am for the mountains, because isolation equals elevation. God was elevating me spiritually. He was maturing me as a man in the mountains of Colorado. God was doing work that I just now understand after being away from Colorado for 4 years. I'm like, man, God was doing some of the deepest work in my soul during them times. I don't want to get off subject, man, because, you know, I don't want to get off subject. I'm gonna have to drop another video. But we co-creating with God. And I'm realizing, like, damn, what is it? I wish I could just get my brother to have that click. For his fucking brain to activate, like, to realize this is what happens to people when you're living in a state of survival mode. I've lived in survival mode in my life. But once you gotta come outside of survival mode or the 3D matrix or your flesh, and you gotta be able to live and grow in the spirit realm, to realize that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's revealing something to you. You are having, like, God is doing a great work. But when you're living in survival mode, all people can see is they think that it's happening to them, and they don't realize that they are doing this shit. A water, man, and came in. I used to go all the way down. That water is up. In some places down there, y'all, that water is up 40, 50 feet, all covering the bank. It's crazy. It's my little path I usually walk down, man, to do my videos, man. I'm like, man, damn, this shit crazy. Mother Nature, man. Water covering the whole damn sidewalk. We co-creating with God. God has given us, that's why they call it free will. God has given us the power to choose. Closing up these videos is usually the challenge for me, because I want to keep going. I want to keep talking. Somebody need to hear this video today. If you got people, man, that's living in survival mode, some of the times, y'all, we living in survival mode, and some people ain't even in the streets. So I'm glad I'm always listening to great minds, man. I was listening to the great Nipsey Hussle, and he said is once you get beyond survival mode, Nipsey, y'all go find this video if y'all can. You got to get beyond survival mode, right? It's on TikTok and YouTube. But once you get beyond survival mode, then you have clarity. Listen, I was pulled out of survival mode, and when I was placed in the mountains, I was placed in a serenity. I was placed in an environment that was so peaceful and so far away from what I've known. That's why going into the uncertainty or going into the unknown, it could be sometimes the best thing that could ever happen to you. I was in a white Republican town. People didn't look like me. People didn't think like me. They're like, oh, you from Michigan, so they automatically think Michigan. They think Detroit. Oh, well, shit, we know we can't trust him or fuck with him like that. You know what I mean? But it was the best thing that ever happened to me, y'all. People don't listen. That's why they always say, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because once you can live in an uncomfortable environment, you can grow. When you take your ass in the gym, that shit is uncomfortable. It hurt. It's painful for the first couple months. But then you get stronger and you grow. And I grew mentally and consciously. I grew, man. I can only think, man, of where my brother is. And I love him, man. I'm like, man, I just want him to wake the fuck up. And I hope that some people out there wake up. I'm doing this video for the people that's still out there. If you got family and friends that's still in them goddamn streets, tell them wake the fuck up, man. It's over, dog. I was in that shit from 17 to 32. I'm in my 40s now. So I ain't been out the streets that long. But this was the shift. You can say God all day, but if this shit don't change, you fucked. We thinking God gonna come and save us. God is always there. A lot of the time we just ain't listening. It's the shift. It's gotta change in this motherfucker, man. We blaming the devil. We blaming this. We blaming our environments. We blaming our parents. We blaming everything except for the person in the motherfucking mirror, man. I'm gonna get off of here, man. Listen, I could keep going, y'all. You know what the difference, and I heard this, you know what the difference between a choice and a decision is? A choice, there's two doors. But when you make a decision, there's only one door. I mean, you closing off the path of who you used to be. I made a decision, y'all. And I'm showing up every single day. You got to continue to make better and better decisions. Ain't no more choice, because ain't no more going backwards. One door. Keep moving forward in life. You know what I mean? I hope these videos is helping some people out there. Sometimes I get off track, but it's clear. We are co-creating with God. And a lot of the times, man, we ain't waking up to realize and continue to make better and better decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to isolate yourself. Isolation equals elevation. I'm proof and living of that when I went to the mountains. You know what I mean? A lot of people just be like, what the hell is you doing? Like, when I'm in isolation and I'm allowing God, man, just to keep working on me. A lot of the times y'all get around people, you get distracted, you feel alone, or you feel lonely, but God is working on you when you're in isolation. A lot of people want distractions. They live in distractions. I love y'all, man. It's fresh. This is Guerrilla Hustle, man. All right. Peace and love. Make sure, listen, help me out. Make sure y'all share this video. Share the videos out there. Follow me on these social medias, man. Damn. More videos coming, man. I love y'all. Peace.